Hi everybody, it's Stuart Van Cleve, the Web and Digital Services Librarian at Winona State University. Today we're going to go over exporting citations and references using Zotero. We're going to start by opening up Zotero, and so that's clicking this Z icon up here. A separate tutorial in the beginning of this series does show you how to download Zotero and kind of get set up with it. But we're just going to go right on ahead and demonstrate how to take the citations that you may have already saved and export them into a Word document that we're working on. You'll see that I have a number of different books saved here. And so we're going to use an example of exporting one book. So what we do is we're doing Control and click on my Mac. If you have a mouse, it would be right click. And so that's to show all the additional information that you can use with this individual citation that has been selected. I'm going to do Create Bibliography from Item. When we click on that, you're going to see that it gives you a number of the different citation styles that are available. You can see that it's a fairly substantial number. So it has the major ones like MLA, Chicago, APA. There are others as well. I'm going to use Chicago in this example. So in the Chicago Manual of Style, 16th edition, it does give you author date, full note, as well as just regular note. So there are some choices there. And we're going to do the output mode. This is the important distinction. So if it's a citation in text, then you're going to want to click on Citations. If it's actually in the references at the end of your document, you're going to want to choose Bibliography. So that's going to restructure how the citation gets generated. I'm going to click on Citations for this in-text example. Typically what you're going to want to do is copy it to your clipboard. That's if you're working on a Word document. We say OK. And it has copied that to the clipboard. So it's saved up. So all you have to do is go down to a Word document that you may have. And I'm just going to type an example sentence. And then we actually can do Edit and Paste. We can also just do Command and V on our keyboard, and when we do that, it will actually supply the citation, Barry 2012, which is based off of this citation, which is Barry 2012. So it just generates that right off the bat. We open this document here, so that's just the example of the in-text. So then let's say, for example, if you have your references list down at the bottom, we'll just make a line to divide that. We can now, once again, Control and click or right click on this title by Barry. We're going to create a bibliography from the item once again. We're choosing Chicago, we're sticking with that, and then we're going to do bibliography. So this is a bibliographic record, and then we're copying it to clipboard. We'll say OK, and we'll open up Word document. We will paste that. I'm doing Command and V this time. So we do that, and it even does the hanging indent the way it should. Of course, you want to review this. Zotero is just a machine, so there's going to be some discrepancies, but typically it's going to give you a really good start, and sometimes it even does it perfectly. Where it really gets helpful is, say, for example, you've done a number of these different citations. Say, for example, you're using a lot of the titles in this list. We can actually hold down the Shift button on a keyboard and start with the first, and then click down at the very last, and it will highlight every single one of these citations, all these references. We do Control and click or right click. We can create a bibliography from items, plural. So we do that, copy it to the clipboard. We say OK. If we want the bibliography, we'll say OK. And then we will go down to Microsoft Word. We will paste that, and it will generate the entire list. It does it alphabetically, automatically, with those hanging indents. Now I want to show you what happens if you don't want to do just a giant chunk like that and you just want very specific selections. So if you hold down Command with your keyboard and you hold down anything that you want, you click on it, it will make a selection and it will just keep adding things on. You click it once again and it will remove it from that list. You can basically choose which documents you want to include in your bibliography. And then you right click on just one of those citations that you have selected, create bibliography from those items. We do a bibliography just to make sure that all the output is going to be correct. We say OK. And then we go down into Microsoft Word. We Command and V, and it will generate that selection alphabetically based off of what you wanted. To learn more about Krueger Library, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube account, or you can click on Ask Us and be directed to our frequently asked questions and contact information.